Welcome to Indian Tech Icon Spotlight, Bay Area Silicon Valley chapter. Today we have with us Sumit Popli. Sumit comes with 25 years of experience in consulting and IT services. He has a diverse background in various industry verticals. Sumit is a trusted advisor and a global leader. Let's hear from Sumit his career journey in his own words. Sumit, tell us about one of your recent or past engagements that you're proud of, where maybe you had challenges or it was largely successful. Anything that was close to your heart.
Yeah. No, I would say I think one engagement that really is so close to my heart because of the impact that we have created in that engagement for our company. And the reason for that is this engagement or the account that was a very, very strategic account for TCS in 2016, was going through some tough time. And my CEO at that time, he actually called and asked me to, help us with that particular relationship, get it back on track, make sure that, whatever are the client issues or the challenges that they are facing, we quickly take care of those concerns. Because as I said, it was over the period of years, those built up was there on the client side in terms of how we were handling that relationship. I think the experience that I had in that particular engagement, after sitting with the client, hearing the concerns, hearing or understanding the issues that they are going through, and also hearing from the team in terms of how we are actually working and engaging with our clients on those relationships, I think that was a telling experience for me in terms of what is required to be done. And very clearly, I could able to see the issues which are required to be addressed, what all things are to be taken care internally within our company to address our client issues, as well as being very transparent to clients in terms of resetting their expectations, because that is extremely important.
Yeah,
correct. It is always bi-directional if you have to actually fix things.
Right.
And it is always not the issues on one side and the other side is completely clean, correct? So from that perspective, I think the conversations were very, very transparent internally as well as with the clients in terms of what is required to be addressed, how we are going to actually repivot the entire relationship, what all are the action items we are going to take. And we were very conscious in terms of setting the expectations with our client. We were very conscious saying that, hey, things will not change overnight. It will take time. But we will take certain baby steps to make sure that things are getting back on track, and we will jointly govern it, correct? So we laid out the path, we laid out the go green kind of a path for our relationship to improve. And that path was very well orchestrated with the client internally within our company to make sure that whatever is required to be done by us, whatever is required to be done by clients, you all are committed to it. And as I said, we didn't want to boil the ocean. It was a large account. And we made sure that each and every stakeholder on the client side who are very, very instrumental in our success in the past becomes instrumental for our success in the future. We heard them really well. We understood their issues. We captured their concerns and made sure that each and every concern has a corresponding action item, given an utmost transparency to those action items back to our clients. And believe me, from a situation wherein our relationship was in a kind of a state wherein the CEO has to call me and ask me to come over and take that relationship and convert. And within a year, we actually reached to a stage wherein we became their top supplier. And that relationship continued to evolve and continuously for a period of 6 to 7 years, till the time I was responsible for that relationship along with multiple other clients. We were the best partner for our clients in that relationship. So that actually gives me such a profound and proud feeling that we have turned around that relationship. We scaled that relationship probably 4 times in comparison to when we took over that account. And that's such a fantastic experience that we gained.
So tell us about, you work with so many clients, different industries, different verticals, and the latest way of AI coming in. How do you see that working out, and how do you kind of look at this overall engagement with your customers and the AI in the play?
Yeah. No, I think AI is changing the way we operate. We operate internally, we operate with our clients, and how our clients operate internally and with their clients, correct? So I think there is a change happening holistically across. Because if you look at the areas which are getting disrupted big time, correct, which are pretty much every process in the enterprise, every product that our clients actually build, there is a potential to actually bring in a differentiated experience to the respective set of consumers of all these products, correct? So from that perspective, I would say the conversations that we are having with our clients on three different dimensions, correct? First dimension is how I can elevate the experience of my own internal stakeholders, which is predominantly the employees. How can I actually change the experience of my customers? How can I actually make sure that they get a better experience with the products that I'm selling in the market? So it's a customer experience equation. And the third is how can I do more with less?
Right.
So in all these three different dimensions, the conversations are happening with different stakeholders, with our clients across different industries. And I think in each of these dimensions, there is a huge opportunity that is to be captured. But again, I think if you look at the processes, how it has been actually implemented across all these industries, across all these clients, these processes have been made with a human consumption in mind, correct? How a human would utilize a process to deliver that experience or to deliver that value which is required to be delivered through that process is going to be very different than when a machine has to use.
Right.
Yeah. So if, and we all know AI, or for that matter, any other technology is not going to be cheap. So if you are going to use the AI, superimpose the AI on the way the process is actually orchestrated today, is that going to truly deliver the value which is expected out of AI in terms of the business case, in terms of the return on investment? Correct? Probably not.
Yeah.
So I think it is fundamentally important for our clients to understand, and for us to also go back and explain to our clients that they have to really truly reimagine their processes. They have to really truly reimagine their entire foundational architecture, their enterprise architecture. They have to really look at their data architecture, their data estate, correct?
Yeah.
If they have to truly get value of the AI.
Yeah.
And AI in terms of delivering value at an optimized level, correct? If those things are required to happen, those conversation has to happen, correct? And if those fundamental changes, if you don't make, I do not think that AI is going to deliver the experience and the value that it is actually supposed to deliver, or it can actually deliver.
Yeah.
So I think the conversations are happening really well with our clients in terms of reevaluating their processes, reimagining their processes, as well as looking at their entire landscape and identifying the processes and the use cases which are going to give them the value first. And through that value that they will be able to realize, they can pivot on to the more use cases, more processes which can be disrupted through AI. So I think it is a sequential process. You do not want to disrupt the entire set of ecosystem, entire set of processes in a single go. I think it is a step-by-step process, and that is what we are actually shaping up with our clients.
You work with so many of clients and customers in different industries. What keeps you awake?
I think the most important thing is our obligation to our clients to deliver what we have committed to them. So that's number one. And deliver it to them with absolute quality, and most importantly, with security considerations in mind. I think given the technology, how it is evolving, at the same time, the threat ecosystem is also evolving. So we have to make sure that our employees who are delivering these services back to our clients are aware of these obligations really well, correct? Because one such mistake can ruin all your experiences or ruin all your credibility that you have built with all these clients over the period of years. So I think the most important thing that keeps us awake, not only me, but my teams also, is that we do not want to land in a situation wherein our customers have to call back and tell us that, you have made this mistake, and because of which we are incurring this, credibility loss in the market. So I think that is extremely important, and we are very, very diligent about it. We make sure that our employees, our teams are very well aware of our internal security policies, our client security policies, and make sure that we stay true to those set of obligations that we have committed to our clients.
So let's go back to your college life. What were you like in the college? Were you like really into like studies all the time, or you had like different activities? Like, tell us about that.
Yeah, I would say it was balanced. It was balanced because, obviously, you took all the efforts to land into a decent college. You want to make sure that you do the rightful things to meet your expectations as well as the expectations that college have of you, correct? So I think study is part and parcel of your life, correct? So that definitely went through, and I was pretty decent in studies, always got good grades, got good standing in my classes, always. But I think social life is part of your life, correct? I think that's such an important aspect that we still remember and still recall. I would say that friendships that we forged during that time, those are the friends for life.
Yeah, of course.
And we still are so much in touch, and we interact so frequently, and we still remember all those golden days. I think social life is extremely important. And as part of that social life, obviously you had, multiple different aspects, going together, hanging together, playing together, so many things that we have done in the college.
So who in your life you have been influenced by during your college days or maybe during your professional days? Like, who was that one person who may have influenced you?
Yeah. So I would say, I think I came across one person in my life who I got really influenced by was my boss. And she was one of the person who I reported for a period of, I would say, 4 years. Extremely talented, extremely committed, at a very senior position at this point in time in that company. The way she comes across when we were in trouble and when we have to actually handle a particular situation, be it internally with our own employees or our own teams, as well as with our clients, and how peacefully, how calmly she has handled all those situations along with us, and I was directly reporting to her. Those were the experiences that has always stayed with me. And those are the experiences that I try to mimic every day as of today, when I engage with my teams. Practically, the programs that we have delivered for our clients over the period of years were very, very complex programs during those days. And I think not every program will always have a very seamless life, correct?
Yeah.
It will go through its ups and downs. Ups and downs that you will have to face with the clients, ups and downs that you have to face with your teams in very stressful situations. How she has helped us learn to come out of those situations so calmly, so beautifully. I think those experiences are experiences for the life. And those are the things that I always carry with me when I review with my teams today, when I review any engagement with clients. It is not about reacting at the same time. It is about digesting that information, slicing and dicing that information, getting into the details of each of those things, and don't have an attitude of give up, correct? Like wherein you have to make sure that you have to really turn this around. And you talked about, initially we talked about that experience. That was a very profound experience. And I can tell you, when I was going through it, and when we were supposed to actually change that entire experience of our client, which was going through a crisis at that time, there are a few times I called up to that person to take her opinion. What do you think? How do we handle this situation? How do we actually take care of it? Because I think those situations were not very easy situations to be in.
Right.
So she has not only helped us learn those traits from her, but she has always stayed mentor to me over the period of years. And believe me, even though our paths have changed, we've come across different companies, I'm still very much in touch with her. We keep on having engagements, we keep on having conversations, and really, I can really call her as my mentor over the period of years.
So we talked about your professional journey, your career, your past, your college. What is Sumit like outside of work? What are your hobbies? What do you do in your spare time?
I would say that my time when I'm actually free goes with my family. Predominantly, being in California, one thing you definitely like to enjoy is to explore the beautiful trails which are here. So I remember when we moved from Chicago, wherein that exposure was not there that much in terms of exploring those trails. You have to go little far distances to actually explore that. But I think coming to California, that was an outstanding experience. Every day evening or every weekends, we as a family will go out for long trails, and we spend time together. That's a time for us to actually have our family conversations, our discussions. My daughter growing up into high school, I think it's a time when she can get to engage with us, because myself, my wife, we both have a busy time with our professional life, wherein pretty much every significant portion of our time outside office timings, also at home, sometimes gets into the meetings and the work obligations which are required to be taken care. But those times over the weekend as well as in the evenings are our personal times wherein we spend with each other to have those kind of meaningful discussions and conversations.
That's your unwinding.
That's our unwinding time, basically, for all of us. But again, I think if I were to say in the last probably couple of years, it is not the entire family. It is probably my wife and I who typically go out and we have that time to ourselves.
I think the family plays a very important role, and like looking at your career journey and being in this leadership role here, what kind of support you've gotten from your family? Because obviously, I mean, they may have done sacrifices. You are traveling, your work calls for travel. So what kind of support you have gotten from them?
No, I would say you can't survive without that support, correct? And obviously, here in US, you are typically in a nuclear family, correct? So we are, three of us. There's a demand from each one of our professional life, as well as our kid, is going to be probably college bound very soon. So she has her own demands, correct? And I think one of us have to definitely be a little closer to make sure that, her needs are taken care of. And I would say at some point in time, my wife has taken a little bit of a backseat in her career. She is still working, but she has taken a little bit of a backseat in her career in terms of making sure that those adjustments are done in the family so that, the family priorities are also taken care of. So it is not about sacrifice. It's a conscious choice. But again, she is equally very much career-oriented. But I think the most important thing is how at times we come together and collaborate and make sure that, the family priorities are also taken care as well as the professional priorities. So I think family for us, here is husband and wife from that perspective. I think we work together to make sure that our professional lives are well taken care as well as the personal lives.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think without family, it's really difficult to, just go out and do whatever, the work demands for. So I'm sure that, that support is definitely very helpful. Now, we were talking about a couple of other things before, like offline. You've been to UK, you spent your career there a little bit in Australia, US. How your journey has been around these different continents, if you will, not just the countries?
No, I was blessed, and I was blessed with the opportunities that I've been given over the period of years. I started my career in India, in Delhi, and then got an opportunity to go to London, spent a couple of years there, came back, got married, went back to London again, spent again a few years there, again went to, Australia, again with different sort of clients, different sort of industries. As I explained, I've moved across different clients, different industries, and with different locations also. Correct? And then subsequently for the last 15 years or so, we are here in US, and within US also we moved across cities. So we landed up in Chicago and subsequently moved to the Valley. So obviously, I think different cultures, different experiences, different responsibilities, different roles, different industries. Everywhere it was like a different experience from all different perspectives, be it professional as well as personal, correct? And, with different type of responsibilities also, when we were in, India and in, Europe or UK, we were alone, correct? And when we landed in US, we had our daughter to take care, correct? So again, as I said, different responsibilities along with different experiences, made your life.
Yes, sure. Yeah, I think the different stages of life, basically.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to know your journey, Sumit. It's been great chatting with you here. knowing your journey, knowing about your clients and how you operate. You told about what keeps you awake.
Yeah.
I think it has been a great conversation, and I'm sure that our audience are going to learn a lot from leaders like you. You know what it takes to be there. You know, it's not just hodgepodge of things. It has to be well thought, organized, and building those relationships. I think. Thank you so much for your insights. It was pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Sachin. Pleasure for me also. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.